So most parents immediately they put their babies to sleep, they feel their children or their babies are actually safe. What if I told you that there are certain danger signs or warning signs that if you see them when the babies are asleep, you need to act fast. You need to stop whatever you are doing and act fast. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 warning signs, and it will surprise you. The third one can actually put your baby to death when you've seen and have ignored, and you leave them to go through the night without taking any form of action. My name is Dr. Samuel Ologo, and on this channel, we actually take major health issues, we bring it here, and then we break them into tiny bits for everyone's understanding. Let's get deep into the conversation. So the first one is overheating. Look, babies do not have adequate amount of subcutaneous fat, right? The fat that can actually regulate the body temperature. Babies do not have adequate amount or supply. And so whenever you see a child with sweating or heat around the neck, all the way on the chest, the torso, okay, all the way to the abdomen, please act fast. These are areas where there are a lot of bones, right? We have the rib, okay, bones there with muscles in between the ribs. And so when there is production of heat, you should know that it's going to lead to the sweat on the surface or on the chest. Look, in this child, you need to act fast. You need to unwrap them. Most often babies are wrapped a lot, so you need to unwrap them, and then you don't need to give them or put them in a cold room or cold temperature immediately. No, wipe it off to prevent any form of rashes. After that, put them in a room with warm to cool temperature, that is within the 20 degrees Celsius. And in these temperatures, the child's body will be able to start regulating and getting its rightful amount of temperature that it needs to help it survive. Look, this can actually kill the child when the temperature is excessive. It means that the hypothalamus, the regulatory part of the brain which needs to conduct or control the temperatures, will begin to have issues. You know, when a child has high fever or high temperatures, what happens? It may begin to cause different problems in the brain. And this leads us to the second point, which is heavy or struggling to breathe. Look, this is very serious. In children with laryngomalacia, croup, bronchiolitis, epiglottitis, foreign body aspiration, all these things are very dangerous or very serious issues. Look, immediately you begin to hear added sounds or additional sounds. The child is grunting. You see them trying to use accessory muscles. You see there is a tiny bit of a hole here. When they breathe, the muscles pulls in and then releases. Look, this is a serious issue you need to attend to as soon as possible. Do not sit on it. Take the child, take them to the hospital, and let the doctors do their work. It could be a viral infection. It could be something that is familial. It could be something that the child, as they are growing with, there's a congenital problem. It could be anything. Just get it sorted. Do not wait. The more you wait, you put the child in danger. And that puts us to the third point, which I told you need to actually know about, or else this can even kill the child whilst they are sleeping. This is a very important point, the third point. So it's either when a child is sleeping on their side or just on the belly. Please, if your baby is less than 1 year, never put your baby on their belly. Now, the reason is that it increases suffocation. Look, even adults, when you lie on your back, you see how the abdominal wall and the chest wall, how it moves, it goes up and down when you breathe in and you breathe out. In babies, already they are unable to control their movement and other things. So immediately the baby is lying on their belly, it means that they are going to have less amount of oxygen going in, which means that carbon dioxide will increase in their lungs, which is toxic to the body. or for the baby, and so you need to put them on their back. Immediately they lie on the surface like that, it increases the amount of carbon dioxide. You don't need to keep your baby in that position. This can actually kill the baby silently without you knowing. By morning, you will go trying to wake baby up and baby is not responding. Please, I'm begging you, always put your baby on their back. Don't keep them on the side or on their belly, because on their side they may even flip and fall just on their belly and they cannot roll back. Babies less than 1 year, you need to pay extra attention to them. The fourth point, yes, I understand that immediately you have your precious baby, you want to keep loose blankets, pillows, toys, etc. in the room. That is understandable. What about the baby's cot where the baby sleep? Look, when you put all these things, they are loose, the blanket is loose, there's a pillow, and also when there is the toys. Look, any toy that is tiny, the baby can actually pick it whilst they are learning and then swallow, which will lead to foreign body aspiration. We don't need to do that. The baby can actually wrap themselves in the course of rolling over in the bed or in the cot, and then any loose blanket or any loose pillow, they begin to wrap their heads around with all these things. Look, in order to give the baby a comforting sleep in the baby's cot, make sure you keep things away from them. Make sure the mattress is firm mattress, such that the baby sleeps on it, it doesn't cave in. All right, and then the bed linen must also be intact, such that it does not pull here and there. Also, if there is any form of tiny toys or things the baby plays with, please, the sleeping area is not a place for toys, so keep it away from the baby, such that it's not going to cause any future problems, and you might end up blaming yourself for causing this sudden death in the baby. And now, the fifth point is actually a red flag. Immediately you see this, please stop whatever you are doing. Just take the baby and rush to the hospital. Look, when you see the lips turn blue, please, I'm begging you, do not waste time. When you see that the baby after waking up has become pale, please do not sleep on it. Do not wait a minute. Take the baby to the hospital. Immediately you see blue lips and then pale skin, it's a warning sign to tell you that there is an obstruction going on somewhere. The oxygen to the body or to the lungs is not adequate. There is something wrong. You need to get up and do something about it. Please, I'm begging you. So we mostly ignore some of these signs, and they might seem like things that are very simple, but they are happening. Sudden infant death or mortality are actually happening in our current generation. So if any of these signs seem surprising to you, kindly hit on the subscribe button, put in the comment section which of them were you really surprised about, so that we will know how to also help others. Share and let others also benefit from this. If this is your first time, kindly click on this video. It tells women how to actually get pregnant on the first time if you want to also get your precious baby.